As you saw in the video that was played, you saw a perfectly nice 67 Impala when supernatural strike. Just kidding. This was just an accident that happened. The rear differential locked up and it threw the customer into a tree, damaging the whole front end of the vehicle, which consists of we had to source out the parts. And this is not a common car that you can get parts from original parts group or a restoration place. This is a 67 Impala 4-door, which is in between the years of the more sought out after cars, but this is popular due to the supernatural show, and it's a popular car that a lot of people now look into. But this car, when it came into us, nobody wanted to touch, because it's obviously there's parts to can't get those parts, and the damage that was done on it. The damage, as you saw there in the pictures, is pretty much we had to get a new core support, a new left fender, a hood, all the chrome, the inner wheel wells, the cowl on the body was pushed in. We had to pull that. The door we had to pull, and body work. And by the time we were done, we pretty much almost painted the whole car and cut and buff it, and we fixed some mechanical stuff, as you'll see in this video. Oh, you hear that? Some lingering spirits going on in this car. Oh, you hear that? Oh man, that's just a little tidbit from Supernatural. We're gonna be working on this 1967 Chevy Impala. Really excited about this one. It has a big block Chevy in it, and it can't stop. You know why? Because it has a brake booster, which is not bad. A lot of cars have that. But in order to stop this monster, and with the high compression motor, we need a hydro boost. So in this video, we're gonna be covering all the installation process of how to remove the booster, how to install the new hydro boost with the master cylinder, plumbing everything, installing everything. So this is gonna be a fun one, guys. Stay tuned. Let's get into this video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a special one. It's a 1967 Chevy Impala. You can see that it's kind of like a tribute to the Supernatural show. It's a 4-door Impala, but today it has a big block V8 motor in it, and he upgraded to a disc brake conversion on the vehicle, and he has a booster with a proportioning valve on it. But because this motor has high vacuum, or doesn't have enough vacuum, the booster doesn't quite perform as well, and you can't get the braking of how it should be. So what we're gonna do in this video today, we're gonna convert the master cylinder booster setup to a hydro boost. So we're gonna be pulling the unit out. Basically, as you guys can see here, they're already removed the 2 brake lines that go from the proportioning valve to the master cylinder. You want to unbolt the 4 bolts that go to the firewall, and then the unit should come out. So let's already kind of took it off, so let's get this out of the way. Put this down here, and the U unit that you see here is the same master cylinder, which comes out of like a Corvette, but with this hydro boost unit. What this hydro boost unit does is that it uses the stock power steering pump to give you about 2,000 psi of pressure. So with motors that don't have vacuum and can't use the booster, this unit is what you need. A lot of the race cars have this. It makes it stop on the dime. You have 2,000 pressure, 2,000 psi pressure right away. So this unit bolts to the master cylinder here, which is ideally the same one as the old unit. But what we have to do is we have to get custom lines made that are gonna go into the power steering pump and then go into this unit that will in turn give it power so that you have braking power all the time. So let's kind of go mock it up in there. As you can see, still bolts to the original location. Obviously, it's gonna stand out a little bit further out, which is fine. We just have to extend our brake lines. So we'll finish bolting this up, connect the lines, and we'll move on to the next step. Good morning, guys. We're back next day. We got Sam over here installing the Hydro Boost unit. We kind of had a hiccup with the hoses. Not on this unit, but on the unit that's gonna connect to the pressure line going to the power steering pump here. I had gotten, a fitting. This is the old hose here, and what we got was a AN fitting with an adapter, but we striked out because this power steering pump has a valve there, which is a different type of fitting. So we're going back to crown so we can get that fit. So here we're gonna do a little walk around of the underneath. It's all been all cleaned up, motor, everything looking nice, undercoated, all new suspension in the back, hot skids suspension. All right, guys, we're back here. Sam got everything all bunded up and tightened up. Got the hoses ran from the bottom of the Hydro Boost to the power steering and back, and then teed off for the return to the reservoir. So what this does now, it utilizes the power steering pump that you originally have on the vehicle and gives you about 2,000 psi of pressure, which is way far superior than a booster. So especially on these high vacuum high compression motors. So everything's butted in. We got the lines installed here, got the proportioning valve, got everything bled. So now the next thing is just to drive it. All right, guys, so I got the car out. We're gonna go take it for a little spin, see how the brakes are, which I think is gonna be a day and night difference. Obviously, you can already feel it. American muscle, baby. I mean, you can tell the big difference of how it was before. The brake pedal feel is a lot softer because obviously it's giving you a lot more pressure to the pedal. So, but what also creates it's sensitive, like meaning that when you hit the brake, it's gonna stop. So I'm coming up to a stop here. You can see, touchy. Whoa! Yep, we got braking power now. So definitely one thing I really recommend for any of those hot rodders that have classic cars with a high compression motor is definitely installing a Hydro Boost unit. That'll definitely pump up the pressure without having to sacrifice your vacuum that you have with the high compression motors that don't have vacuum. So and for other cars, you're utilizing other pressure from your power steering, to stop. You're always going to have pressure, always. So so if you guys have any questions about today's videos, leave us a comment about installing this unit or any brake question. So just let us know. Thank you guys for watching. Like we always say here at SOS Customz, we got you covered. Stay tuned to the next video. So finally we got this all polished up and looking so fresh and so clean. Cut and buff the paint, looks like glass. You can see my reflection, see how clean that paint is. So buff the whole car, everything looking real nice. We just got all the trunk, the whole car is all ready to go. So here we're gonna do a little walk around of the underneath. All been all cleaned up, motor, everything looking nice, undercoated, all new suspension in the back, hot skids suspension. So let's bring her down and go for a drive. right, so we just got back from driving the car. It drives awesome, it looks awesome. Can't wait to give it to the customer. He's gonna be happy. From what it looked like before, I'm sure I'll show you guys videos of what it looked like before from the accident to what it looks like now. I mean, it looks great, you know. Supernatural would be proud of this beast back here. But I'm happy you guys got to see the build on this. Well, at least got to see, you know, some of the part of, like, you guys didn't get to see like the restoration, but I'll show some video, some pictures of the crash and what it looked like before to what it looks now, all polished and looking nice. Obviously it stops a lot better with the Hydro Boost. Being that having that big motor in there, you know, you need a Hydro Boost or some sort of brake assist for that. So man, look at that thing, gleaming. All right, so you guys remember here at SOS Customz, we got you covered.